Ahmadiyya Youth, let me share with you something that I was in a hospital on 21st of this month. No, I came back on 20th of this month, 20th August. And I had to stay there for 6 to 8 hours. And I was thinking at that point when I was lying on my bed that what is the major difference between Ahmadiyya and Islam? And when I thought about all that, I ended up with the 2 points. That the major difference between Ahmadiyya and Islam is this one, that Islam completes with the Quran and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Ahmadiyya says that Hazrat Isa has died and Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani Sahib is the promised Messiah. Now, if you look further, you can narrow down this one, that it's not that the 100% Muslims they believe or they think that Hazrat Isa is alive. There is like you can say majority they think that Hazrat Isa is alive and Hazrat Isa will come back as a promised Messiah. But there is a quite big amount of Muslims who believe that Hazrat Isa is dead. So now in this case there is only one difference left over, that is the Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. That Muslims, they don't accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani as a promised Messiah and as a Nabi. Now this is the one difference between these two that Ahmadis and the Muslims have. Now I was thinking at that point that is there any solution that this problem could be solved, that because when we look at Quran does not support at all Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani's claim. Ahmadiyya Youth, you have to keep it in mind that the criteria, the base to judge any claim is a Quran. Quran is the criteria. I do agree, and I have no problem into that one, that yes, the sayings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we find in those sayings that Hazrat Isa will come again. There will be like the second advent of Isa ibn Maryam. Now the question comes again that whether he will come as a he's still alive, that he will come back, or he will be reborn, or what are those the one. But according to Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, that this is not the part of our belief. This issue is not a part of our belief. When this issue is not a part of our belief, then I mean there should be no problem into that one, that look, if you don't accept this one, it doesn't happen to your belief anything, you still become, you still remain a Muslim. Now with the Ahmadis, the only problem is this one, that they force and they emphasize that everybody should accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani as a promised Messiah and as a Nabi. Whereas the Muslims, they say that no, because the sayings of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ says particularly that the name is mentioned over there that the Hazrat Isa will come again. Now leaving aside that one, that how Ahmadis say and how Muslims say, let's see what Quran says. Quran is quiet about this one. Quran does not say a word that there will be either any promised Messiah or Hazrat Isa is the promised Messiah. No, Quran does not say anything. So when the Quran does not say anything, then Ahmadis and Muslims are like the same, but Ahmadis here forcing the other people who are Muslims that they must accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahib Qadiani as a promised Messiah and as a prophet, because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, have prophesied about the promised Messiah who is Isa ibn Maryam. Now, my request to you, and I ask you to think about that one, that this is the only one point, this is the only one issue where Ahmadis and non-Ahmadis have a difference. That if the Ahmadis will withdraw with this one, that okay, for being a Muslim, for the Islam, if they will leave Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani for a minute, what will be their status? Can you think on that one, that if you will, for example, reject Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, if you will not accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad as a promised Messiah and a prophet, what will be the status of Ahmadis? Are they going to be a non-Muslim? Are they going to be infidel? Are they going to be like becoming from kuffar? Or they will be a Muslim? Think about that one, that what will be your status. And if the Muslims will accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad as a promised Messiah and as a Nabi, what will be their status? Are they going to be remain Muslim? Now you have to find out these two questions, the answers of these two questions from Quran. And please, I invite you to, and I ask you to look into these two things, because the rest, everything is not a big deal. There is nothing much more. But based on only this issue, now look what is happening. If you don't, if you accept Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani, then you are cut off from rest of the Muslim Ummah. You cannot marry with them, you cannot attend their funerals, you cannot mingle with them. You are completely a different community. You are not among the Muslims. But if you leave aside Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani Sahib, then you become a part of that Ummah. And if that Ummah accepts Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahib Qadiani, then the question is remain there. Does Quran support this issue? And unfortunately, I tell you, Ahmadis are wrong, because Quran does not support this issue. Quran does not say a word about any Messiah. Doesn't matter if it says Hazrat Isa or any other Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani. Quran does not say anything. So I ask you, I invite you to think about that one, that this is the only one issue where Muslims and the Ahmadis are going in two different directions. How you, the young Ahmadis, the youth, can play a role to fill that gap, to understand the situation, and you can come up again somewhere where both you can meet. So I ask you to think about that one, that look at Mirza Sahib's character, look at Mirza Sahib's history, look at Mirza Sahib's claim, and look at Quran, and see, find out if you could find out any way out to fill that gap. I really appreciate that. And as I always say, that I'm quite hopeful, and I have very hope and that youth can make a big difference, and youth can play a big role in this one to fill this gap.